Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is Rumboyz After Dark, your Friday night, both sports and fantasy football show. The bar is open, ladies and gentlemen. Pour some up, crack open a cold one, grab your significant other. Bring the whole family nice in and close. Actually, probably don't bring the family in close. This is not a family show. Let me just put that out there. We're going to get wild tonight. I'm just going to let you know. I hope that everyone is doing a whole lot better than Tony Romo. And yeah, this is gonna be a great show. We have a lot of action-packed topics for you guys tonight, covering the pretty much whole landscape of sports. But before we do, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the cast and crew. After introductions, we're going to take care of some light housekeeping. And then we're going to, ceremoniously de-Christian this motherfucker, all right? Make sure that you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, give us a follow if you're on Twitch. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Stepping up first, ladies and gentlemen, representing the West Side, drop the mic, What's good, bro?
What to do? Let's get this party started.
Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, my Python filling in for the homie Taco. Give it up for the homie Jay Bats.
Dude, I can't tell you how excited I am. The second Mike jumped on, I got pumped. The second Robbie started the intro, I get pumped. I'm fired up for Rumboyz After Dark. Let's have a day.
Hell yeah. It's always a pleasure having you. Really quick, we do want to give a big shout out to our other co-host, Taco. We hope that you get better. We hope that you're, healing up. Everything is okay with Taco. I just want to put that out there to the viewing public. Make sure that you guys are aware. But we want to let you know.
People saw me and probably got nervous. They're like, it's either 2019 or something bad happened to Taco. What's going on?
You just would have been late, so they would have been accustomed. But no, everything is a-okay. So I want to make sure that everyone is aware. Make sure that he also knows that you're in our thoughts and prayers, and we're gonna do it big for you tonight. It's a really bummer that he's missing out on this one, but no, we're gonna get into it. But before we do, some quick housekeeping. Shop GLD, get like me. You see, I'm rocking that Dodgers chain. All right, I know that it's been a slippery slope lately, but it's gonna be all right. Everyone's like, Shohei's not gonna get MVP. Shut the fuck up. All right, worry about yourself. After shouting out GLD, mañana, tomorrow, if you are here in the Denver metropolitan area, you could catch me at not one, but two spots tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be at the DNVR bar. I want to shout out All City Sports Network for having us. We are going to be attending a social media influencer networking content creator event. There's also going to be some giveaways. Drinks are amazing. Food's amazing. Big shout out to the owners, and also big shout out to the DNVR podcast. Big ups. They just did a big interview with Lucas Harrington, who played on the Australian national team and also plays for my Colorado Rapids. Big ups. And also, speaking of the Colorado Rapids, I love how that segue worked together. Colorado Rapids watch party tomorrow here in Denver. We are going to be at the Sportsbook. that might turn into that's turning into an extra tour date. I'm letting you guys know I'm going to be IRL. Or spoiler alert, we're going to be IRL tomorrow as well, so make sure you guys tune in. Other than that, fellas, we've been killing it lately.
This is my first day on the job. What do you mean we? It's been a lot of you boys. I haven't done much.
It's a team effort. You've been liking, you've been sharing. Listen, thank you, everyone. All the new followers on Instagram, all the new followers on YouTube, even Twitch. We appreciate you guys. This one's for you right here. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum Boys and girls. What it do? Dilly, dilly. Arrrr. Y'all ready for the first topic?
Let's go, baby. Born ready.
I'm as ready as Tony Romo was to see.
Bro, the fact that he smiled during his mugshot, the fact that Brev smiled during his mugshot,
like this,
diabolical. Like that was. I don't think
I realized Tony Romo had 2 extra vertebrae. His neck is so long. His neck is super long, bro.
He wanted to look more like Davis Mills.
Bro,
he nailed it.
Bro was definitely zooted. He you could tell by the mugshot. He was like, "I have accepted my fate. It is what it is." Smile,
I'm
bitches.
not getting out of this.
Hey, that you could tell he had a good night because he's like, "I'm living my best life," like all up in the mugshot, bro. That's not the actual first topic of the night. That was just the opening punchline. Mm-hmm. We had big news happen today. Literally, Robbie exits the golf course thinking it's going to be a normal day, and that was going to be my morning piece of content, was having a shitty-ass day on the course. But then LeBron James, before I could even get back to the studio and film anything, is heading to the Philadelphia 76ers. I want to get you guys' outlook on the 76ers, outlook on just the move overall. We've been waiting for this for the last 2 episodes, so now here we are. Let's go ahead and talk about it, Mike.
All right, so you thought it was going to be a shitty day because your game on the golf course. I'll give you a shittier day. I found out while I was on the shitter that he was going to Philadelphia. So, it even made it worse. It went from one situation to another. I told you last week, Robbie, and I think I even texted you this too. The longer this went, the more I thought this could be Philly,
awesome.
Even though this wasn't where I thought it was going to go originally. Because I thought if he was going to go, I thought he was going to go home either to Cleveland or his other home, Miami. And if he was going to go to one of those 2 places, I didn't see it lasting forever. I thought he would have just done it. So the longer it took,
I think he could last forever. He's old.
You know what I mean. The longer it took, I saw it maybe being Philly. 2 years, $8 million with a player option after 2 years. It's cheap. I get it. Now, yes, this proves that he does want to win because I don't think he had a better chance to win in Cleveland. He's got Tyrese Maxey. He's got Jaylen Brown, which I'll get to in a second. He has Embiid. They even have VJ Edgecombe. Yes, he doesn't have to be the stud. He can play at 42 years old. He can play with 2 bad knees and no hair and still be able to be a person on the court that will actually do something. However, and I'll let John go more about it, but that's not the person I really want to lay into here. If you really wanted to be the man Jaylen Brown, well, you might not even be the second, third, and there's going to be games where you're not even going to be the 4th option on your team because you got Maxey ahead of you. LeBron's going to demand the ball. There's going to be games where they're playing a small team and Embiid's going to get the ball. You might be the 4th or 5th option. Jaylen Brown, you should have stayed in Boston. Oh, and by the way, stop streaming. You suck.
Hold on. Wow. All right. Everyone sucks when they first start streaming. Like, we were not amazing when we first started. Let me just throw that out there.
You told me I get 90 seconds. I got my 90 seconds.
Hey. Well, hey, you lasted longer than McGregor.
Oh, my Christ. I will say I appreciate the Jalen take because I agree with you. It still stings that he's gone, all that, but on LeBron, to me, at this point, he is only playing for legacy. That's it, right? We can all agree that there's nothing you can put on the basketball court that's going to change my opinion of you. So you're just playing for legacy. Why wouldn't you go back to Cleveland or Miami is crazy to me. It's not like what ties do you have to Philly? None. Philly's a great team, but again, you're walking on to a contending roster again. People are going to say that about you again for your legacy. And you're making $8 million. It's not like they offered you some crazy number and people are like, well, he took the money. What are you going to do? It's veteran minimum. Go be a veteran in Cleveland. You'd be a hero. You would be a hero for your last season. You retire in Cleveland. And all your sins for your entire career could be forgiven. If you go back to Cleveland and you retire in Cleveland, you could, all of this bullshit of the decision and going to LA, all this bullshit could all be forgotten about if you go do a sunset tour in Cleveland and you decided, I'm going to go to Philly. That's so gross. Like that's who he is. And that's what sucks about LeBron. It's the same beef I have with Rory McIlroy. It's like you expect him to be somebody else, but he's not. He just sucks. It's like, oh, God, I'm going to hate every decision you make. I'm going to hate every press conference you do, but you're just so fucking talented. And that's the thing. LeBron's really good. He's still going to be good next year. He's going to be a valuable player on the 76ers. He's not going to be a focal point, but who cares? He's making $8 million. And 76ers made all that money back today in jersey sales. So they don't care. It's crazy. None of it makes sense to me. The only viable option I thought was Cleveland with a secondary outside shot of Miami. But I was like, he's going to go back to Cleveland, do a year in Cleveland where he really plays. And then by year 2, it'll be like a, honorary sunset tour type of year. And everyone in NBA history would forget about how much of a jackass he was for his whole career. But no, this just puts an exclamation point on it, which is even better.
And to me, this proves, we've talked about this over and over, and I think me and you have even talked about this, J-Bats. This is why I hate the argument about him being the greatest. This is part of the reason I hate it. You can't have 4 chips out of 10 times and all this, the sunsetting, this and that, and be considered the greatest in my opinion. I'm sorry.
And just, I think we started questioning it when the Miami thing happened, right? The idea of, is this guy just chasing super teams? Is he just trying to get on like the new hot thing? And then he does it again in LA and he does it again. It's like, all right, maybe that's, and that again, it's a gray area. There's no statistics for it, but you have to put it in the conversation of greats. Mentality of like Kobe. I'm a Laker, period. I play here and I'm going to win here.
This is my team.
This is my motherfucking team. This is my city. I give a shit. And it's like, I don't care. There are some statistics you cannot tell me about where I'm like, there is something to that greatness argument that's more. Is he the most skilled basketball player of all time? Yeah, for sure. He's one of the greatest scorers, great defensive player. Is he a good leader and a great, franchise player? Clearly not. He's been on like 5 franchises. So what do you want from me? I don't know what to tell you. I just put other people in that conversation. I think skill one-on-one, he would mop the floor with anybody in the history in their prime. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he the greatest basketball player, like representative of the NBA? No, I don't at all. I think he could be in the conversation of top 5, but it bothers me. This idea of, I'm gonna just kind of bounce around. I have no real faith in anyone. I have no real fire in my belly. It's like
I have no home.
Yeah, it's like, all right, whatever, man. I don't know. There's plenty of guys in plenty of leagues that bounce around. They're suitcases. We used to call them in the NHL. They just bounce around the league. It's like, yeah, he's a suitcase. It's fine. There's guys that you need like that, but you can't be the greatest and be that. You just can't be. That's not how that works.
I want to point out some things here that were kind of throw out. What an upgrade from a washed Paul George and thirst trap Kelly Oubre to Braun and block boy JB. Usually in a big 3, I say you need somebody to take a step back, but this is a big 5. So who's willing to give up their role for the best of the team? Bron is a great dad. Left Bronny in LA to have his own team.
Yeah.
Yo, true for real, going on a Goku arc right now. I'm not afraid of all this to stop AJ Dispasania, Trae Young, AD on the Wizards, which I kind of I don't know if necessarily one with that final comment there, if it's trolling or if it's serious, because I am seeing on social media where like Wizard social media is starting to crawl out of the sewers. Maybe today the news of LeBron James landing in Philadelphia made them maybe crawl back. One of the things that I want to point out is in any sport, you need a couple of things to work. Like the chat just pointed out about, the whole like Big Five and this being a super team. Both of you gentlemen pointed out, the whole super team aspect. Everyone needs to be able to, one, get along and develop team chemistry. So that's step one. LeBron, LBJ, and JB, Jaylen Brown, already have this dynamic from Jaylen Brown's comments last season. I mean, maybe, of course, they're both grown men. They're both intelligent, young black men that could, figure it out. Okay, LeBron's not young, but they could, figure out, their differences in terms of what JB had said about Bronny last season. JB stating that he didn't feel that Bronny was kind of NBA material or NBA so to speak. One, Bronny's going to now have to have a pivotal role. Rich Paul came out and stated that they were never a package deal to begin with. Bullshit. What the fuck ever. Don't lie to me. I get lied enough in front of my face every time I turn on the TV. With that being said and stated, I need to see if, to Lee's point in the chat, I need to see if this team is actually going to be able to work together and become a cohesive unit together. I think that that's one of my biggest fears, the first biggest fear that I have. I think that health is also a fear that I have. You have an aging LeBron. Yes, he can still ball. He'll still, give you 25, 26 points, per game, give or take. We'll see what happens, in this year. You could probably, as long as he's still giving you 23, 24, you're still like, oh my God, like it's so great. Like it's like a half point less, but like you're still happy. He can still dish out the ball, has some of the greatest court vision that we've seen since the Kobe era, the Kobe and Allen Iverson era, in terms of court vision, of just being able to see the court and be able to, make plays happen. But then there's also still Joel Embiid, who hasn't been healthy. What is he now? Because he has help with LeBron, going to suddenly be healthy. I mean, we've seen this in other sports where it's like, oh, I'm healthy now, because it's like everything is now working. I have concerns. Load management is obviously going to be a thing with this team. I mean, just with the two superstars that I mentioned. I don't expect VJ Edgecombe to take a back seat. That's a great presence, down low. Maxey, I mean, everything that he does, I mean, especially on the perimeter. Like, I mean, the team team is crazy.
Crazy. They could go on a 20-game run. If they make the playoffs, they could easily. I bet all my money they could win the championship. It's just can they survive an 82-game season, not falling apart, not getting injured? But if they make the playoffs, they easily could run the table. Period.
And then for like the whole greatness conversation, just to kind of like touch on that, I do think that look, LeBron's legacy is LeBron's legacy, but at the end of the day, 4 championships is 4 championships, and this is the sport where the ring conversation came about and was invented and became the big debate in sports.
Yeah. Bill motherfucking Russell. No,
exactly.
Don't forget him, boy.
And then you combine like the rings with the impact. And I'm not saying that LeBron, doesn't have the impact, but I just still to this day, I don't. And I'm not because like I'm 35. I'm not saying because, oh my gosh, like he doesn't have that MJ impact, that Kobe impact. To me, it's a different impact. It's a different type of greatness, but I can always, to anyone that's a LeBron sexual, I can still use the argument of he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT journeyman.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny to say. That's so funny. He is the GOAT journeyman. That's hilarious to say. But listen.
Two things can be true at once.
Yep, you're proving my point. Yes, I agree with you. You can make a point that Dirk Nowitzki is has higher highs than LeBron James in any. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, of course, statistically, game wise, I get it. Like I get it, but I don't know. What does that mean for one franchise? It means nothing for the franchise, which therefore means nothing for the NBA. Like, who cares if you're just going to bounce around and keep winning?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say this as a Lakers fan. I'm happy. Thank you for the championship. I'm happy you're gone. We will hang your jersey. You're not getting a statue.
So, quick question. I'm trying to remember. Was that the COVID bubble year that they won?
Yes, the Mickey Mouse Championship.
So there you go. Okay, so okay. Yes. Okay. So what are we talking about?
Fourth ring is
3.5 out of 10.
Pandemic ring.
Right. Hey, it's still a ring.
It's still a ring. It's still a ring.
I get it. Fine. 4 out of 10. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm only saying that as a Laker and a Dodger fan for the people that say that we don't get either team don't get a ring.
No, listen. 100% still a ring. I get it. You win the championship. But when you're talking the legacy greatness conversation,
no, I agree. You have
to remember. I genuinely forgot, and then I was like, oh yeah,
no, we're on the same page. I agree with you about the legacy.
Hey, before we get into the next topic, this is for Mike. Speaking of the Dodgers, do you think we're cursed now? If you know what I'm talking about, without saying it.
No.
Did you see what we did?
Oh, yeah, but no.
I think we're cursed, bro. What happened to the one game that he attended during the NBA Finals? What happened to the Knicks? The World Cup, the red card.
I'm trying to think of what you did.
What happened?
I'm trying to piece together what you did.
All right. I don't know if you guys out there in chat are suspicious. Orange Man, our president of this fucked up country, United States of Israel. Oh, shit, I said that out loud. The Dodgers gave him a World Series ring.
Oh.
Yeah, they went to the White House.
They went to the White House. And they gave him a
they'd go to the White House, but giving him a ring is... Dude, is that tradition when you go to the White House?
No,
no.
It's the jersey is
the jersey is
the tradition. Correct. We gave him a whole ring.
I've always seen the jersey. That's why I was curious about the ring because I don't remember any hockey teams ever doing that. That's why I was like, oh, is that like a thing? Like, oh, I've never even heard that. I've heard the jersey, obviously, but rings a little crazy because that ring's probably $150K. That ring is not a small, and it's also. No. I get frustrated. It's like, you're the fucking president, man. You're not supposed to be the coolest guy on earth. Like, you're not allowed to also be.
Okay, since we're talking about it, I have to bring this up because it irritated me because I saw it again. Did he not know where he was walking, or did he purposely stand in the way of that freaking confetti gun? He could. I mean, I'm just saying.
Listen, this is the other thing too is I get all the Biden jokes for sure. I get them. Listen, Trump's no spring chicken either. He's half in the grave too, bro.
Wandering. I'm like, is he gonna leave? And then the confetti gun went off.
It's the same color of shit. It's the same fucking shit. It's the same shit, different toilet. It's so funny that people are like, oh, he's with it. I'm like, dude, he's just as bad as the other guy. They're all fucking crypt keepers.
We're gonna time travel on this next piece.
Hit me. Oh yes.
We're going to time travel in this next piece because lately I've been finding weird, crazy things in sports that maybe have not gotten as much coverage.
Yeah.
But are also just fucking hilarious to talk about.
Yep.
I need to take a shot before this next topic.
For the record, before we get into this topic, this is exactly why I'm on this show, is conversations like this. I love obscure sports bullshit. I love it. So
exactly. It's very.
You want to know why you love no. You want to know why you love obscure sports bullshit? And I'm going to be honest. It's not because you love obscure sports bullshit.
Why? What
you
is
just love obscure bullshit.
Yeah, fair.
Because you're from fucking Florida now.
True.
You're the official Florida man of Rumboyz.
I am.
I'm trying to. Before we get into this topic, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck Mike is the one on the set that's drinking a liquid death, and his speech is the one that's slurred.
I'm sober as can be.
I love Mike. He has the most energy.
Getting into the very next topic, we are before we get into talking about American football, I know that we're a couple of days away, basically a couple of days away from that with preseason kicking off. I am going to get us into some world football. I found this story very obscure.
That's fine.
Came from 2005, and I never knew that this fucking happened. Being Italian and being a dual citizen of Italy, being an Italian national, part Italian national, and like supporting the team, never knew that this fucking happened. Italian club, athletic club, Palmeiras, players and staff received a lifetime supply of escorts as a reward for promotion to Serie D. Y'all know me as an AC Milan fan. Bats, I'll let you if you have a team. I'm an AC Milan guy. We're Serie A. Okay, yeah. So, all right, fair. We're Serie A, cream of the crop.
Yep.
All of you right now that are like Premier League. Oh my God! There was once upon a time Serie A was the
La Liga, Serie A. There was a bunch of in European leagues that were popular outside of the Premier League for sure. Yeah.
Is this an appropriate reward for a team avoiding regulation?
Yes, but I want to make a sober mic joke before we let anyone go.
Please, I need
it. Of course it is. If it wasn't from Syria D, it wouldn't be. But from D, I'm okay with it.
Fucking dad joke and a half. God damn it.
That's so funny. That is.
You know why? Because D's nuts.
Listen, so it's so funny. When you were texting me earlier about it, I was like, I vaguely remember this, and then I looked it up. So the story is, it was an amateur team that was qualifying, and it was sponsored by the sponsor of the league. Owned this like online prostitution company, and he didn't have money to pay them because they were amateurs. And then when they went to the D level, the D league, he's like, look, here's fucking free vouchers to hookers. You guys were amateurs. I didn't think you'd make it. And so it was like a reward for sure, but I think it was like a big part of their payment, because then a bunch of the players ended up suing the owner. It was like a real mess. But it's so funny to think of this like slimeball, like Pornhub owner has this like shit amateur soccer team that all of a sudden starts making it in the Italian soccer league. Like, it's just so funny to think of this guy being like, oh fuck, now I gotta pay everybody. Dude, now I gotta pay all these players and these coaches. I got no money. Here's a bunch of girls.
Johnny Sins owned a fucking Premier League team. This is what it would be.
Unbelievable. It's exactly that.
Is the equivalent? Okay, this is for John. The equivalent for hockey would be some lower team OHL team in freaking Canada, and you get an unlimited supply of freaking
hookers. Yeah, free entrance onto St. Catherine Street. Like, forget it, dude. You're gonna lose every play. These guys you've lost them all, dude. You've lost them all.
This is the wildest story.
You just gave free chicks to a junior hockey team. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. Yeah.
And then somehow Gatto and like he didn't get arrested, did he? Like he never got arrested.
No. Yeah. They sued. The players sued them for like I was reading the article. It was like they sued him obviously for like lost wages and like not paying whatever different shit. It was not for offering them free goods and services on his prostitute website. That was totally legal, I guess. I don't know.
TNA included.
Oh, could you imagine?
You're unbelievable.
He is the go. Hey, Mike's could you imagine showing up to like your preseason physical, and like the doctor's like, yeah, you have crabs. It's like, how did they get there? It's like, oh wait, the owner like gave me fucking prostitutes.
We've all fucked the same 5 girls over and over and over again. Yeah, of course. Like, of course, we all have a bunch of terrible diseases.
Hashtag Eskimo Brothers.
Yeah,
like, and listen, because I know this is probably gonna get clipped, but America, I think I figured out what to do with OnlyFans instead of taxing them.
Just start paying people in OnlyFans. You start paying people in OnlyFans subscriptions. Holy
Vegas
shit!
does
Talk
it.
about a dystopian future.
Bro, we're almost there.
We're getting
my
close.
God.
I hate it. Yeah, we're getting close.
Fucking
Oh, that's
DraftKings
too
buys
funny.
you out. You get to gamble for life. I play for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to make that a quick comedy segment because, while this story that I saw on the internet,
That's fun. That's a fun bar trivia one. What 2005 D-League Italian soccer team got paid in prostitute vouchers? It's like, oh, this is fucking
Robbie's favorite.
It's so.
Oh my God!
Not my favorite. Not my favorite.
I mean, Colorado, Denver is thinking about making it legal. Really quick, this is not on the show sheet, but I'm gonna throw it out there really quick. AC Milan, we do re-sign Luka Modric. Luka Modric does return, so we are getting that veteran presence. We realistically needed him. It's the only way that we're going to get better and move forward. The Italian Soccer Federation also has brought in a new president, and we do have a new coach as of today. 1 second. He played for the Italian national team, so I want to make sure
Pep turned it down.
Pep had turned it down. He was he was gonna be the new manager, but then Pep was like, at the final minute, we couldn't match his we couldn't match the money. So I mean, it is what it is. But for the Italian national team, it will be Andrea Pirlo, and with that, if we do not qualify with the tournament expanding to 64,
I'm pissed you even brought it up.
I'm going to fly back and I'm going to riot.
I'm pissed that you even brought it up. The fact that we weren't in it this year is fucking a disgrace.
If they don't make it with 64, that's one thing. If they don't, there should never be a time where they don't make it even at the 48 mark. And that was an added 16 teams as is.
Thank you.
No.
This is for emerging soccer markets, emerging football markets. That's what this is for. Not for fucking Italy.
Yep.
You're in this. You're in. That would be like Canada not being in hockey. It's like, guys, you're in this. What the fuck?
Did you see my investigative piece on Canada? Canada fucking dropped $1 billion 3 days ago on their whole fucking program across the whole country.
Yeah. It is for sure. Italy. It's funny. Italy is poorer than people think. Italy is not a fucking super wealthy country.
No, we're not.
Obviously there's pockets of wealth, but in terms of like European wealth, it's not there. But you need to be in the fucking top 60. It blows my mind. It blew my mind. I remember like hearing it, the standing, not standings, whatever it is, the pairings, the whole tournament coming up, and I'm mainly like, oh, fuck is Italy? I'm like double checking. I'm like, what is? I'm like, did they all get sick? Are they all on a siesta? What's happening? Oh no, didn't make it. I'm like, well, wait, what? How is that even possible? You couldn't find 30 fucking kick-ass football players in Italy? What are we talking about? How is that even possible?
And to make it worse, we dropped one of the most fire fucking jerseys of all the World Cup jerseys.
They've always had fucking hot jerseys. I think I still have the blue with the red, white, and green stripes on the side. That was a hot one. That was super hot.
Bloody hell. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I might as well also leak this before I get into our very next topic. Serie A streams coming to this YouTube channel and Switch.
Oh, lovely.
Bro.
More graphics.
Yeah, dude.
I got you. I already know who I'm using. I already know what I'm doing. I got you.
Just wait till I tell you once we get off air about the new deal that's signed. That's being signed tomorrow. Fellas, let's do what we do best.
What's that? Oh,
Drink?
yes, this segment.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, drink. But let's talk fantasy football.
That. Okay, that.
The thing I was put on earth to do. Thank Christ, today we get to finally do it.
I mean, let's be real here. We stayed up. I mean, let's be real here. Me and John walked the streets of a random freaking Hodunk town till 2 a.m. arguing with each other about our sleepers for the year.
So fun. Yeah, we were I'm like, and I'm pretty sure like one of the guys I was arguing got cut. And I think like the other guy you talking about was trade. It was like Tutu Atwell and someone else. It was like unbelievable.
And I think I've told you like someone was going to be a great rookie hit, and I think he's out of the league.
Out of the league. Of course, N'Keal Harry probably. Who knows? It was unbelievable.
Oh, no, I know who it was.
We were drunk.
It was Calvin Benjamin.
Oh, God.
Who isn't out of the league, which is hilarious.
Barely, but might as
barely.
well.
I know. That's so funny. That's so funny you brought up Kelvin Benjamin because I was having this conversation of the value of wide receiver one tender. It was like really funny. I was talking to my buddy Brian, who I used to do the FTLS podcast.
Yeah,
with.
Brian. Yeah, Brian.
So we were talking about I was talking about LaCron Treadwell, who I guess is still in the league, which I'm like, that's crazy that he was like whatever, like the fourth or fifth wide receiver overall. Great, overdrafted for sure, but wide receiver, first round wide receiver, still kicking around the league. Never really broken into a starting lineup, never really been valuable, but a 13-year career, 12-year career, you're like, that's crazy. Like, what is, and then Brian was like, that's just the value of being a first rounder. Like at some point when you're looking at a roster and you got to make cuts, you just go to like, he was a first rounder, so why not just keep him? Like, he's probably pretty. And I'm like, that's crazy that someone can. He goes, yeah, he's probably good enough to like beat out practice squad guys. And when you're going against, whatever, USFL guys or a former first rounder, they're like, we'll keep the former first rounder. And then next thing you know, you bounce back to the practice squad. You're there for a year. It's like, but it like blew my mind to think how fast we move on from other fantasy players where you're like, oh, fuck this, especially Dynasty. You're like, oh, guy has one bad season.
Dynasty's a whole nother.
Brian Thomas Jr., dead to the world. Dead to the world. Guy sucks. You can trade nothing for him. Get him.
Give me a third.
I'm like, this is crazy. I go, he was a former first round pick, just had a top 10 wide receiver finish his rookie year. And he had a down year. It happens. LaCron Treadwell is still in the league. People bounce back. Like, it happens. And it's like just funny. It's so funny that you bring up Kelvin Benjamin because he's another one who I was deep diving some rosters, and I think he's on the Bears right now.
There was another one.
And I was like, oh, he might make the Bears roster, which is hilarious.
Hakeem Nicks. There's a handful.
Hakeem Nicks is now crushing the USFL.
Yeah,
but he was another one that I thought, yep, same thing. Flamed out in
well, what was it?
In Arizona.
Who was the guy that actually did okay, too? There was a guy that had like 1 year, and then it was just like he went to Tennessee, I think.
Devontae Parker is always he's always my famous, like, because he had a top,
Western Michigan.
Oh, Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Corey Davis.
Like he had like a flash in the pan, and then it was like.
Yes. Corey Davis is a great example of that. So Corey Davis, basically rookie year, kind of fumbled through rookie year, whatever, had a couple big plays. Sophomore year, big year, 1,000-yard receiver, 10+ touchdowns, good year. And then just rode that for like 7 years. He's like, then he went to if you remember, he went to the Jets for a little bit, playing in New York. That's
what I remember.
Yep. Corey Davis, great example. But it's like, it's not impossible to catch lightning in a bottle and have a big season. That's why it's like really fun and funny to me when I watch people react to wide receivers in Dynasty. To me, it's like, you gotta kind of, it's redraft. I get it. Different story, but Dynasty, it's a little more, you gotta think, like, I think 3-year window at minimum. I'm like, all right, what's the next 3 years going to look like? And that's how you gotta think. You can't be like, oh, he sucked this year. He's awful. It's like, again, Brian Thomas Jr., great example. And looking back, when you look back at the career, you're going to go, oh, he's 2 out of 3 years were really good. That's a great guy. That's a good wide receiver to have. Like, if he has another top 10 year, the conversation about Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be totally different going forward, forever. forever. And I think people need to sort of acknowledge, again, how you react to it is up to you as a player, but you need to at least acknowledge it and understand. Because I know Robbie wants to talk about bounce back players. And so I'm going to segue myself here. I know I'm going to segue myself here, but Brian Thomas Jr. is probably one of my biggest bounce back. Yeah. I can talk about this conversation. To me, this year is the year of the bounce backs. I think there's probably a dozen guys who I think could absolutely have a good year. It's usually wide receivers. It's rare that a running back really bounces back unless they're injured. And I don't really consider that a bounce back. I'm just kind of like, whatever, he was injured. So the topic alone, I leave it really to like quarterback, tight end, wide receiver. And wide receiver, there's always 4 or 5 guys where you're like, oh, that fucking came out of nowhere. No, they didn't come out of nowhere. They just got hot this year. Corey Davis, good example. Shit like that. I think that you could absolutely have a Brian Thomas bounce back year. Top 10, 15, 1,300, 1,400 yard plus touchdown, big year. Brian Thomas, it's funny to think of a game-to-game basis of players being like boom or bust. I think there is a potential of, if you really look at career arcs and careers, there's boom and bust years on players. They're like Mike Williams. Like, oh, Mike Williams caught a bunch of touchdowns this year. Boom, had a big year. Oh, Mike Williams didn't catch a bunch of touchdowns. He sucks again. It's like, I think there is some level of boom or bust careers. And Brian Thomas Jr. could be on a boom or bust career arc.
Yeah. Well, and I like how you like Brian Thomas having the career arc on that. But then the other thing that I was going to say is, because I was going to say this when we talked about it. I mean, I'm not going to give any players names or whatever yet. But like, then there's people that say, oh, this guy's going to be a bounce back. And one name I saw like on just in articles, was like, oh, this guy's going to be a bounce back. And I'm like, how can that guy be a bounce back? He was a rookie last year.
Wait. Oh, shit. Y'all got into the bounce back.
No, not really. Not really. We were just talking in general. I did bring up that we might be talking about it. So
it's still
not. No, it's all you, brother. All you.
All righty. So with National Fantasy Football Draft Day quickly approaching for many of us in many of our leagues, I've already dropped 2 lists. All right. One, a do not draft list. Make sure that you guys go give that video a like and also follow if you haven't already. And then also, I dropped a video about some sleepers. We're going to talk about bounce back candidates tonight. Guys that I wouldn't necessarily say that that's like anyone's necessarily sleeping on them.
No.
But maybe they burned you last year and we're willing to, forgive a little. I think it's Mike's turn to start.
No, I'm going to have John start because he can extrapolate on where he was going.
So
go ahead.
Listen, I could talk about this entire topic. This is such a fun, interesting topic to me in general of bounce back and the concept of bouncing back, all this crazy stuff. But the number one name that kind of came to mind for me was Brian Thomas Jr. I do think so. There's a bunch of names, but I do want to talk about Brian Thomas Jr. because Brian Thomas Jr. to me is a very talented wide receiver. He is very boom or bust game to game wise. When he's hot, when he's running well, when he's got the confidence, he's got the swagger, he looks great. He can take 12 targets and turn it into 100 to 130 and 2. He's great. He's a great wide receiver. I think battling injury, battling inconsistencies on offense, and battling a really good – say what you want about Travis Etienne. He ran well last year. He ran well. Yeah. So you can't kind of take that away. If you're going to run at 4.5 a clip every time, like, all right, I'm going to kind of – and then I think once him and Travis Hunter got in some sort of rhythm, Travis gets pulled out, and it became a lot of him. He was battling injury in and out of the season. I just think that, listen, it was a choppy year. But if you go back to rookie year, he was very boom or bust. And a lot of the boom was hitting. And yes, it was hitting with Mac Jones. It was a lot of deep threats. It was a lot of touchdowns. But I think that's the type of player he is. And you have to bet on guys like that and just say, like, hey, if it all goes right, he could be top 5. And it's like, how many people can you really say that about? Not many. There's not many guys that you can genuinely look at and go, if everything breaks right, which could easily happen, he could easily see 120 targets. He could easily get on the same page with Trevor Lawrence. They could easily be a top third offense, and he could be a top 8 guy and like a 1,400 yard, 10 touchdown kind of guy. And you're like, whew, man, thank Christ I drafted him. Like, it goes wildly different. There's other names I think could bounce back to what I consider median and norm. The way we could get into fantasy football philosophy for hours. I could talk about it for hours. I'll say Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's going to have a bounce back year, but I do think in the dynasty format, in terms of long-term career, we could look at an 8-year career from him and see very boom or bust years. You know, the wide receiver 7, wide receiver 22, wide receiver 4, wide receiver 38. Like, we could see this sort of up and down career arc from a guy like Brian Thomas Jr. So I'm going to pick him as my bounce back. I do think he's going to see a lot of targets, and I do believe in the Jaguars offense. I think it's going to kind of click and work itself out. I think Parker Washington works in as a great wide receiver 2-3 flex kind of thing for your team. You got Hunter out there who I think can absolutely play offense, take some pressure off. But at the end of the day, Brian Thomas will be out there for 90% of the snaps, see a ton of targets, and it's just, can he get on the same page as Trevor Lawrence? And at that point, that's when I believe on the talent of both players that they'll figure it out.
Okay. Mike, you're on mute.
I think you know who I'm going to go with.
I remember when I first started podcasting.
But this hurts me having to say this as a Chiefs fan, because one of the big things in fantasy football and with everything that the degenerates like the three of us pay attention to is not just the changing of the players on the field. It is also the changing of the guys on the headsets.
Yep.
And there was a big change with a guy that used to be on the main headset down kind of where Jay Batts lives currently.
Yeah.
And that is Mike McDaniel now becoming the OC for, yes, I'm going to say it, the San Diego Chargers.
That's fucked up.
And in the same vein of
Los
John,
Angeles. Don't do that shit.
In the same vein of John's having BTJ, good rookie year, and then down and then back up. That he believes he could have a year coming back up after that second year. I'm going Ladd McConkey because he had almost the same amount of touchdowns last year, but he had 20-something less catches in his second year. He had like 400 something, I think it's 400 or 500 less yards. He had 1,149 in his rookie year, and he had 789 in his second, 82 catches to 66. Less catchable targets. I do think that I am curious what McDaniel does for Omari and Hampton, but in the passing game, I think he's going to hyper target Ladd. I do think he's going to get some of those slants that, Tyreek, those short yardage, get fast routes after that. The one thing I will die on the hill of is not being a QJ guy. I never have. I never will. And doing that, I don't think QJ is going to be the guy. To me, this is Ladd. That's
a great name to bring up. He was on my short list of names I wanted to bring up too.
I like that you brought up Ladd McConkey. I really, really do. Unironically, I don't mean to keep it in that same division. This is completely accidental and not planned. But for me, it's going to be Jalen Waddle.
I wish I could show you guys my notes. You have 3. We're talking about 3 of the 4 names I had written down. That's so crazy. Dude, that's so crazy.
I had Waddle. Waddle would have been my guy, but because I put McConkey on the graphic, I went with it.
Yeah, of course. And Ladd's a great pick, by the way. No, it's just so funny. I wrote down 5. So I wrote down 4 names. and then a tight end, which I don't really care about. And out of the four, there are 4 wide receivers, and we're talking about 3 of them. That's just made me laugh. We're just mind melding. Yep.
Geniuses.
Bunch of geniuses.
For me, it is going to be Jalen Waddle. For those that know me, know a lot of my takes, a lot of my content. I'm a big proponent of a change of scenery. Can do wonders for a player, can do wonders for an offense and a team and an organization. And I really do genuinely think, I'm not saying this because we're going to close out our IRL tour as we get ready for fall with the Denver Broncos home opener. I'm genuinely saying this. I do believe that Jalen Waddle is the guy that on that offense, the wide receiver that I want to be going to get. And I know that a lot of Denver Broncos fans are going to be like, well, fuck you, Robbie. What about Cortland Sutton? What about Cortland Sutton? He's going to get his fair share of the target market share because him and Bo Nix already have that rapport, that repertoire. What about something different? What's going to be the thing that's going to set you apart from your league mates? And I think that this player and then another player that I'm going to bring up when I get my second go around are players that are really going to set you apart from the bunch. I'm here to help you win your fantasy football league. I'm not here to just fucking blow smoke up your ass like it's a Diddy party. We're going to keep it real. I think that Jalen Waddle is going to be a difference maker. If you can get him, you're looking at a possibility where likely wide receiver 2. Potentially because of the nature of how your draft room could work, especially if you are live drafting. So you get the ability to shit talk and change the dynamics of what's happening in the room by utilizing your powers of persuasion, utilize the things that we've taught you since 2018. I think that you can maybe find a way that Waddle could be your flex and maybe not your wide receiver 2, depending on your strategy and what your construction is looking like. And what happens in the draft room when you start fucking with people. a two, fine. But if you can get him as your flex, which I've been finding even in mock drafts that I can fuck with people. It's the same thing that I talked about with the David Montgomery shit in my other video. Stop me when I lie. We get one more player apiece before we get into halftime here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure that you guys at home hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitch, and share the fucking content on all of your social media. That repost button does everything. That repost button is more social media,
and it's free.
Yeah, and it's free.
Free.
That repost button, that share button is more social media currency than the like. All right, just keep it real. We get one more player apiece. Jay Bats, who's your one?
All right, so we get one more. So,
yeah.
All right, so that changes who I'm going to talk about then, because I was going to say a name, which I won't say because someone else might say it. I'll wait till the end. I'm going to bring up Chigakonkwo. I think we are.
I love this.
I think, especially in the tight end market, right? You want the big 2. You can make a case for 3 or 4. And then I think, in my opinion, this year, there is a precipitous drop-off to, I don't care at that point. If I don't have Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, I really don't care after that. You can take a shot with Colson Loveland. I do think there's upside, big upside with Colson Loveland for sure. I'm not arguing that. 4th round, 5th round gets a little dicey to me, but at that point, I'm kicking it all the way down the can. Chigakonkwo is exactly what you're looking for in a kick that down the can kind of tight end because he's hyper athletic. He could be a wide receiver. He might potentially be the number 2 target on his team. And we like the offense. And I think I genuinely think it was, the Washington offense could easily bounce back to a top 3rd offense. And so I got a guy who's sniffing 100 targets. He's hyper athletic, and he's in a team that's going to be a top 3rd offense. I'm taking my bet on that guy. And Chigakonkwo is that situation, and we liked the player in Tennessee. He showed athleticism. He breaks tackles. He catches outside the body like a wide receiver. He's everything you want in a tight end. But because he had some bullshit down year with Tennessee in an offense we didn't like, with shaky quarterback play, shaky offensive play calling, yeah, of course he's not going to look good. That's not how tight ends operate. Not all tight ends are Rob Gronkowski, where they just take over a game and dominate. No, fantasy football is filled up with a lot of Dallas Goederts who just kind of, go with the flow of the offense. So this bet, a bet on Chigakonkwo to bounce back, is a bet on Washington, and it's a bet on athletic ability.
I'm going to second you there. This is where, all of us. This could be Chig's breakout year, and I know that's kind of a loaded statement, given what we saw, what he could do in Tennessee, and kind of just like he's had some up and down years in Tennessee, but we have seen like those highs. But you're putting with a much better quarterback in a system that is going to be very vertical. I like that. That's nasty.
I got you, bruv. I got you, bruv.
Mike.
All right, so I hope I don't take your guy, but I'm going to go to the QB position.
Okay.
I'm going to a player that has switched teams. Am I taking your guy? Okay.
Probably not.
I'm going to a guy that is waiting for a video game to come out.
Yes, I knew this. Yes.
Because Justin Jefferson needs the ball. This team needs the passing game. Yes, I am talking about all of 5 foot and 11 and a half inches of Kyler frickin' Murray.
I love this
because
call.
Even though he had a down year, he only played the 9 games. Everything else that's gone on with Kyler in the past few years. Let's be real. We all know that Arizona is not a great franchise. Oh, wait, didn't their GM someone just get popped for gambling? Oh, did I say that on live? The whole thing with Kyler to me is, yes, he's a sensitive guy, but I think he's going to come out with a vengeance.
He looks so much happier now.
Yeah,
yes,
I think
I would be too.
He reminds me of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is Baker just needed a fresh start. And then Baker took a couple quick stops to get that real chance from Tampa. But he's getting out of Arizona. Then, now he's getting out of Arizona. He's got an offense. He's got the playmaking ability. You know who else he kind of reminds me of, Robbie? I know the player I'm about to bring up went to another team before he started winning, but this reminds me of that. That guy that you got mad at me when I started circling the tables for? This reminds me of Sam Darnold leaving freaking Adam Gase.
Hey, you were right, and it happened. No. That was a thing. That was a thing. That was a thing.
So my player is Kyler Murray.
Great pick.
My player is Kyler Murray.
Great pick. Great pick. Great pick. Great pick. Former number 1 overall. Great pick. Goes to a good offense. Has weapons. Fucking great pick. Great pick.
And
he could easily ignite another 8-year career this year. Easily.
Hey, look, it's your boy Rumboyz Robbie, the motherfucking wide receiver specialist. All right, I didn't even mean to go back-to-back wideouts here. I promise you, I was I was thinking in my head, I was like, I'm gonna go quarterback, but then Mike was quarterback, and I was like, all right, well,
here's what's perfect. Before you go, this is what's perfect. What you didn't hear J-Bat saying that you walked in on or came back on, and you're like, oh, you guys are going on about bounce back. J-Bats was saying that it's hard to be a bounce back as a running back, so it needs to be quarterback, wide receiver, or tight end, and that's all we're doing. And you didn't know.
For sure. Well, listen, and we could get into the philosophy of fantasy football and the philosophy of all that. That's been big on what For the Love of Sundays, my old podcast, all that. That's a lot of what we talked about is sort of the building of a fantasy football roster and team construction, all that. I just don't feel either a running back is good or not good. That's it. They're either good or not good. Yeah. And then they get injured. And then if they're injured, it's like Christian McCaffrey. It's like if he has a down year, it's because he's injured. That's it. It's like, so what are you're gonna bounce back from injury? Like that's not bouncing back, in my opinion. That's
the running back that I was gonna highlight would have been on an offense that we already highlighted, which would have been Washington, because I was gonna highlight Rachaad White, but like I'm like leaving that alone. I'll save that for like a short video. I do want to highlight
different conversation. Bounce back is a different conversation than whatever injury return or what. It's a different conversation. Bounce back is like I had a down year. I wasn't injured. Nothing happened. I just had a down year. How do I bounce back? That can't happen for running backs. You're either good or not good as a running back.
This player last year on the offense that he was on, really had the pressure applied on him.
I'm gonna tell a story about this rum.
Yep.
After.
Fucking like when the team needed him, when the city, when the state needed him, the team sucked. But this player had to put the motherfucking offense on his back.
Greg Jennings got a broken leg. Put the team on his back. Let's get in the mind of a Greg Jennings. I got this motherfucking team on my back.
13th in receiving yards in 2025 out of 81 qualified receivers in this category. 37th in touchdowns. So, yards per reception, 62. But I think with what this team did in bringing in a rookie who, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm like, I'm not going to game plan for this guy who I'm about to talk about, but I'm going to game plan for the other guy that this team just drafted. I'm going to shout out right now Wan'Dale Robinson.
I knew it.
Bro.
I know I'm about to shock everyone because everyone's like, what the fuck? Robbie just became a Wan'Dale Robinson truther?
Yeah. I like points. I like fantasy points. I like them a lot. And he's going to have a lot of them.
I think that defensive coordinators are going to overcompensate for what Carnell Tate is and is going to be. I want to make sure that I put this out there because I know Ohio State fans are going to be like, this fucker just like tried to bury Carnell Tate subliminally, and that's not what this is at all. I'll have a different video where I talk about Carnell Tate because I'm a big fan. But I think that as a defensive coordinator, when you're going to be dictating the coverage to someone who is so dominant because of what they do in the film, and you do have to, coming from the collegiate level to the NFL because of how they fit in the NFL, that you have to game plan for that fucker, then it does make this other fucker 10 times more dangerous. I think that with Carnell, we could be seeing something akin to what we saw the very first year of Marvin Harrison, with the exception of Carnell will have that second-year breakout that Marvin Harrison Jr. did not, which I alluded to in my previous video the other day. Whereas Wan'Dale will get to be the 1A. I don't see this as a wide receiver 2 situation in this offense. I see this as a 1A in this offense. You have a rookie who is supposed to be the one, who defense coordinators are going to game plan as the one, but it still has to adjust to the NFL fucking game speed and the game level. That's going to take a couple of weeks.
Right. Yeah, I don't see a world where Wan'Dale doesn't have 120 targets. I just don't see it. I'm with you. I'm with you. The question is, what does he do with those targets? But I'm with you that he's going to be great. He's going to be just fine.
I believe in the ball-headed bombers of this coaching staff.
No. Yeah.
I came up with that nickname for them just now.
You got to think too, right? If you're the Tennessee Titans, you have to assess what you have in Cam Ward sooner rather than later. And so, yeah, man, start throwing. I need to see what I got because I got to make a decision soon. I'm going to have to owe you a lot of money if you're any good. And
I'm going to go a step further. In 2 QB leagues, as the stack god, I'm stacking Cam and Wan'Dale.
Yes. I like Cam as a sleeper in 12 quarterback, single quarterback league. 12-team single quarterback. I like Cam
12
Ward a lot.
quarterback leagues? Whoa.
12 quarterback leagues is
I'm not
fucked.
gonna do
You
that.
got no
That's a little
chance.
too rich.
12-team league. But listen, Tennessee, again, I pick good offenses and just try and find players on good offenses. I think Tennessee could be a good offense. I really do.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
The one thing I will add about Wandell, because Robbie, me and you've talked multiple times about how we both like Wandell this year. The one thing that I forgot to bring up last week when we talked about Wandell, because I picked him we were talking about sleepers, and I picked Wandell, and Taco was telling me and Robbie that we were wrong on him, and I'm like, yeah. But the one thing I forgot to bring up,
He only had 3 drops last year. He put up a Larry Fitzgerald year.
But the thing I forgot to bring up about him, and I don't think we brought it up last week, is the other part of Tennessee that's not being brought up is Brian Dable.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. The ball-headed Bombers.
But I'm
other people. He's saying other people. Yeah, we're talking about it. Other people aren't. Yeah,
no, I'm saying
Dable's a huge piece of this.
When people are bringing up Wandell and Tate, they're like, "Oh, this is why they're not." But they're not thinking about Dable as
because people are only going to look at talent on field, and they're not going to get into X's and O's.
And it's so crazy It's so crazy to me that people. I'm with you, Mike. That people don't, and I throw my remote at the TV. I'm like, how do you not make the connection that Dable wanted Wandell? How do you not make that connection? Of course he does. Of course. I have a sure-handed. I know I can give him 100+ targets. He's gonna be great. He's not gonna blow the top off of a defense. But I don't have to. He is the most solid, 2+ player you possibly could have. With the hope that Tate turns
Chat, watch this. Chat. AJ Bats, where's your gold chain?
Oh, right here.
So speaking of them,
dog, what you talking about? What you talking about, dog? What you want, Pappy?
But I have my agent over there. So you brought up Chig. I'm going to bring up another player, Robbie, and I don't care. You brought up Chig. You brought up Wandell. At J-Bats, you haven't been around as much lately, so this is why I'm bringing it up, because I brought this up, I think, in March or April, when things started moving. When things started moving and they hired Dable and things in the offseason were starting to go. And I go, Robbie, what's one thing I'd like to talk about? And he goes, very deep guys that you'll pull out of your rabbit out of the foot, whatever. I said, watch out for Daniel Bellinger.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, for sure.
Remember,
another one. Daniel Bellinger, man. So here's another one. Super athletic player. Go back to his player profile. Super athletic. It's funny to me. And I laugh, and this is another dumb thing that fantasy football players do, but you gotta remember this, that people do it. They see the name Daniel Bellinger, and they don't think oh, this is a good player. Oh, I'm telling you, man, go back and watch some Daniel Bellinger highlights. He's athletic. He's good. If Tate becomes nothing, and he's the number 2 target on this team, if he gets that 70, 80 magic number mark, and he finishes in the top 10, top 12 conversation for tight end, and he has some viable weeks for you. Theo Johnson was viable at times. It can happen. Players can pop off. Find athletic guys on good offenses. Hope they score touchdowns. That's 80-90% of tight end in fantasy football. And what does Daniel Bellinger cost you? Legitimately nothing. Pick him up week 4. Who gives a shit? He's going to be on your waiver wire.
Unless I'm drunk, but
I'm just saying. I don't hate it. My strategy with tight end, especially this year, if I don't have the stones to pull the trigger on Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, I don't care. I'll take whoever at the end.
I'm not going tight end. When I can go get AJ Barner, shout out to myself for putting that out there. If I can
Hunter Henry could easily be a top 6 guy, top 7 guy. It's you cost you nothing. Why am I paying anything for anything more than that?
You could be ahead.
Sorry. I'm getting off on fantasy football.
No, you're good. Let's go ahead. We are going to get into halftime here. Other than that's the first half. Second half, we got some fire ass topics. We got some more fantasy football we're going to talk. We have some NFL headlines that we got to talk about. and much, much more. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. Hit that like button. Share the motherfucking content. Share the content. That's the most important thing that you can do. And yeah, give us a subscribe. Give us a follow. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Yo, tune into the Rumboyz, where the fantasy kings reside. Rumboyz Robbie dropping gems, got the league on our side. From the waiver wire to the trade block, we scheming like pros. Building squads to smash the books, watch the haters hit the road. Prop bet popping off, we cashing on the underdogs. Bark, Vegas lines getting crushed, leave us in city in the dark. Over on the yards, other on the picks, we calling it precise. Rumboyz Network got the sauce, turning dubs into a vice. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineups that ignite, winning league, it's feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly to the dollars, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly. Scrolling through the Discord vibes, raw like a rookie can't rush. Rumboyz crew dissecting matchups, no fluff, just a hush. Receivers torching corners, we said it first, now the check's clear. Running it back for the boom, while the books drowning beer. League champs crown themselves with our weekly hot takes. Sleepers waking up, Giants bust getting the breaks. From zero to hero, your roster's reborn in the booth. Rumboyz Fantasy Network, spitting truth, chasing loot. Hey, hit play on the pile, let the energy surge. We the pulse of the playoffs, making grown men converge. Prop on the anytime TD, we nail it, no sweat. Vegas sweating bullets while we feast on the bed. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineups that ignite, winning leagues, feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly to the dollars, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. So raise your glass to the Rumboyz, are always in the game. Winning props, crushing lines, putting leagues to shame. Subscribe, smash that like join the fam today. Rumboyz forever, now go winning dilly all the way. Rumboyz.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy El Capitan Robbie J of the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network here at the NFL Players Association 2019 Rookie Premiere with Nate Bosa, with my co-host Ty Boogie, all the Rumboyz and girls out there tuning in. We are sitting down with the number one draft pick, the one and only Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Hollywood, with Drew Lock, no other than Andy Isabella, Miles Boykin. We are sitting with Benny Snell Jr., Easton Stick, Bryce Love, UGA's own the big dog of the Bulldogs, Riley Ridley.
How you doing?
It's Friday. We all got jobs. We got an interview to do. National championship winner, NFL draftee, TJ Hawkinson, Iowa Hawkeyes. What is good, brother?
Hey, it's good to be here.
Hey, welcome. ACCR, right?
Oh, you already know.
Hail to the Redskins.
I gotta ask, you're gonna play the Browns? Like, are you gonna just burn them again? What you think you do? I mean,
I think the media put us against each other. I like them so.
You're friends.
we were in a hot tub time machine, bro.
Yeah, he's cool. He plays video games just like me. That's what he really do.
For me to be able to break the all-time rushing leader in 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the UK O-line, man. Y'all did that.
When you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have to feel like you're doing work.
Exactly.
You want to feel blessed and excited to do what you're doing day in and day out, and I can truly say that.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly. That was live, man.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. Second half of the show starts. Now, we're a sports show, so we have to have that halftime. We got to have that halftime break. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the remainder of the show, I'm going to try and get a little bit of time here. But
the lead can drink a little rum, had to get a little extra water going. Get
Really quick, again, I just want to reiterate, IRL tour. It's going down. It's really going down. Super
Robbie,
excited.
can I tell you how proud I am about this? I am so proud of you for doing. You've been talking to me about this, I'm telling the people, I'm telling everybody, Robbie is so about just having a good time, making sure people have fun, like inclusivity, like all of this that I think the world needs right now. And like for you to tell me, like I get to go out on tour and do this, I'm like, yeah, man, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. It makes me proud.
It's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. If you guys want to get involved or like show up to any of these dates, just pop up. If you see me outside with my camera, show up. I'm gonna say what's up. We'll take a picture. We'll show love, all that good stuff. And yeah, like it's really just about bringing the world of sports together, showing love through sports. So super excited. Really quick, the tour is fully funded by you guys. The followers, the subscribers, the chat. All right, this has been years in the making of you guys following and subscribing. I mean, I put some money in myself, obviously, but you guys did it. It's fully funded by us. we
Power
did
of love and friendship.
Hell yes. Couple more show announcements. Social media influencer event tomorrow at the DNVR bar. Shout out to All City Sports. It's going to be huge. It's going to be major. If you are in the local area, show up. If you want to see me, show up. All right. We can talk sports. We can, have some fun. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be drinks. I know the first 25 people that get there get complimentary drinks. So if you want to have a drink with me for free, show up. If you show up late, I'll still get you a drink. It's on the network. It's on the network. And then also, right after that, we do have the Colorado Rapids watch party. Big shout out to the MLS. Big shout out to the Colorado Rapids. Showing me a lot of love. Big shout out to Lucas Harrington. Made his World Cup appearance for Team Australia. Plays for my Rapids. It's going to be fucking litty. We're going to be at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill while Lucas Harrington takes the field and, goes big. We'll be with Box State Footy. Big shout out to Box State Footy. Let's go. I'm excited to party it up with you guys and collaborate on some fucking content. Other than that, y'all boys ready to get into the second half?
Yes, sir.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Dilly dilly. Alrighty. Second half of the show.
Okay.
Did y'all see what happened out of Ravens camp? Camp just started.
Oh.
Preseason games have not even kicked off yet.
Yeah.
And already, this probably might be the biggest training camp news right now, outside of the homie Nick Scroton getting injured. I hope that you heal up for Carolina. Big ups. Much appreciation. Much love, dog. Diego Pavetta was released from the Baltimore Ravens. He did not get any preseason snaps. Preseason has not started yet. Do you feel that he was given a fair chance? Granted, everything surrounding Diego. And what do you think that resulted in the early release for someone who was a Heisman runner-up? Let's keep that in context, too. I mean, this guy can't ball. Mike.
All right. One quick second. I need to make sure one thing because I do not want to speak wrongly.
You're good. I have to get the
Got
social media.
No, I got it. Okay, here's the thing. For the context of this discussion,
the Baltimore Ravens.
This right here is the number that I care about him being a Heisman runner-up. That's the amount that I care on this discussion. You know the part that I do care about? Undrafted. He's an undrafted rookie. Yes, I understand your point about everything that surrounds him and the whole Theo Vaughn and all the other jazz. And let's be real. I'm bringing up Theo Vaughn as a joke. You know what I'm not going to bring up as a joke because I'm actually going to bring it up as a real fact. you coming out and saying that you're one of your mentors about the whole off season thing between getting drafted and being a pro is Johnny freaking football.
That's
You want to
so
be a pro? You're
That's
proving
so
that you
true.
don't want to be a pro. Okay. The other thing
Your mic is coming in and out.
I feel like you just held me by the bully like the collar like a bully.
The other thing I'm going to add to the Johnny football is the fact that I think they took the chance on him to see what they saw as a player. Obviously, not much. And two, with Harbaugh leaving and Jesse Minter coming in and needing a new fresh of perspective, they also had the bad publicity of the trade gone wrong that with Max Crosby, that I do think that part of the reason they brought him in was to get publicity over the whole thing. And when the publicity took them nowhere, they're like, okay, the publicity is not going to help us, so we're just going to cut bait.
That's fair. I mean, you have to think about it from a business standpoint. This is a team that does not necessarily need to put asses in seats, does not need to sell jerseys or merch or anything.
Nope.
So you from a business standpoint, I mean, it's like might as well cut your losses before. I mean, because like I said in the introduction, I mean, this is a baller. Like, you know, I'm not going to deny Diego's athletic ability, just like I'm not going to deny the next person who I'm going to talk about later on. I do find it. It's a conversation. Jay Batts.
So to me, it's interesting. Like I you have to break it into like parts, right? Is it strange that a team cut an undrafted free agent before, you know, training camp and preseason, all that? No, that's not. I mean, like, that's not rare. Like, that's not uncommon. Is it rare and uncommon that a runner-up in the Heisman becomes an undrafted free agent, especially when they're a quarterback? Yeah, that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare that you're going to be completely undrafted and just like fall to the wayside. So the question is not the Ravens cutting him is like whatever. Like you all said, like who cares? He's an undrafted free agent. It doesn't matter. If he's not moving the needle, he's not going to beat Lamar. It doesn't look like he's going to make the team. Cut him. Who cares? The question is, how did he get to this situation? And that's a big conversation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big conversation. I think
that's a bigger conversation. Yeah.
For sure. How does the Ravens cut him? The Ravens don't give a shit. The Ravens don't care at all. You're an undrafted free agent. I don't care.
The Ravens made a fucking backup.
Right.
A Pro Bowler.
And you might have maybe been the third string. So once they saw you work out a little and they were like, he might be third, fourth string, like, he's not worth it. Whatever, let him go. If he had came in and blew the doors off and they were like, fuck, all right, maybe he might be second. He might be behind Lamar. Holy shit. Like, we got to pay attention here. That different story. Then he'd stay. They don't feel that way. So they feel like he's whatever. But do I think that could work at a different NFL franchise where they're Browns, where they're rolling out nothing? Sure. I'm sure. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So the question is, how did he get to where he's at? I think it was a lot of PR. I think media moves the needle way too much. I think that he's got a weird mentality, but I can't, you could have told me that Tom Brady had a weird mentality at one point. So I can't hate it. I think he, is a little undersized. I think as a prospect, that sucks. When you're under 6 feet, that's a scary thing for an NFL quarterback. But he's clearly athletic. He clearly has an arm. I think he can throw well outside the numbers. I think he can move outside a pocket. I think he can throw off structure, which is extremely hard to train. That's not something you can just teach somebody. I don't know where his growth goes because I think mentally he's a weird guy. So I don't know if he can develop into this other level. But I think where he's at, he could be a fine starter in the NFL. I just don't think he'll get a second chance. I really don't. I don't think now he's suing the NCAA to try and go back. Like, it's just like, I don't know. You hear a million stories. I just don't think he's going to make his way back. I think it just sucks that he got here, but you one in a million stories.
So it's so crazy when you analyze the fall from grace, where it's like you go from Heisman runner-up, and this, to me, this all tracks to one particular situation, because we have seen polarizing players before. We saw the situation with Shador the year prior, and I feel like that should have set a precedent. I'll even cross sports. The Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown's relationship, about he feels like he's the smartest person in the room. We have seen polarizing figures break the barrier of personality and still make their way into an organization. Break the barrier of social media and still break the barrier of making it into an organization. I think that when you analyze the character development of Diego Pavea, I see an athlete that the heights of their college success started to get to them. And then when they didn't get the ultimate reward of those college successes, and that's where I see this athlete as, in their mind, that was the height. You didn't have height beyond that Heisman Trophy. That would be like me sitting here and being like, YouTube, give us a like and follow. I only want to hit 10K. I only want 10K subscribers. That would be stupid to fucking tell my following that there's not another thing on the other side of the thing that I want. If I'm Diego Pavea, yes, I want the Heisman. Bitch, where's my Super Bowl? Where's my NFL MVP? Where's my other things?
So here's
I look at the, kind of similar archetypes, even like the Tim Tebow's, the RG3s, they had that end goal after that I want to get to the pros. I want to go ball. I want a playoff win. Okay, the playoff win wasn't enough. I want a championship win. Okay, now the championship win wasn't enough. I want a Super Bowl. What did Lamar Jackson say after every fucking team passed on him? I'm gonna go win it. His exact word. I'm gonna go win a Super Bowl.
I want a Super Bowl.
He hasn't done it yet. But it's that attitude. It's that mentality. It's that I'm locked in. I'm sorry. As
it's why he doesn't talk about his MVP. He's like, I want to win a Super Bowl. I don't care about the MVP. I want to win a Super Bowl.
His hype were Heisman. Then you discredit the person that won the Heisman, and that became the narrative. And you never, after the Heisman, you never set your sights anything higher than that. It seemed as if in the midst of the season with Vanderbilt, that because you didn't get the Heisman, you were not able to finish the mission. You were not able to fucking complete. You were not able to lead your men across the fucking battlefield into fucking war and bring them back alive. You failed those men because you did not get what you wanted. I agree with the Baltimore Ravens. I wanted Diego to get preseason snaps. But clearly, I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but the way that I read this releasing is this isn't fucking worth it. It's not that you can't ball. It's not that you don't know the offense, because none of those things came out. A Canadian team owns rights to you. You're trying to sue to get back into the NCAA after you got released. I'm seeing a fucking child.
Right. That's so fun.
coming from someone that has seen a quarterback after things went awry, this is football. People get injured. I watched a quarterback by the name of RG3 get ran into the fucking dirt.
Yep.
And I watched how hard it was for him to get a job because he complained too much about, well, they just ran me into the dirt, and he let that play over and over and over. This is quarterback. You need to be strong mentally. I don't give a fuck about your arm. Every quarterback in the NFL can throw. Every quarterback in college can throw. You're a fucking dime a dozen. What's your mental stability like at this position? Because that's a position to where you can be the most athletic, gifted person in the world. But if your mental stability is not strong, you're fucked. Wide receivers could crash out and go AB. They can go Brandon Ayuk. And no one's going to give a fuck. You're a quarterback. You're a quarterback. You're the first motherfucker in the gym and the last motherfucker out. While everyone else gets to go out to the fucking strip club and throw dollars, you're in your fucking hotel room the night before a game starting your playbook. The mental toughness, to me, just wasn't there. It's there. It needs maturing. He can bounce back. That's what the XFL now USFL or UFL is for.
USFL.
Yeah,
United States
USFL.
Football League.
Yeah, UFL. Go there.
It ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry, brother. It ain't gonna happen. It's too late. I think it's over, which is sad. And the problem is more the problem is the question is always and more not where they're at. It's where can they develop, and how do you develop? How are they gonna grow? Can they show growth? Can they show that? And that's the. I mean, listen. There's no stat that's going to show you that. There's no statistic that's going to show you can they develop into more than what they are. Because even if you're the best college, Trevor Lawrence has showed us, even if you're the best college quarterback ever, you're still going to struggle in the NFL. I'm sorry. And think about that. So I'm sorry, Diego. It's hard, man. It's really fucking hard. I'm sorry. Can you battle through that?
Speaking of Trevor Lawrence, guess who our final date of tour is?
Segue.
Jaguars visit the Broncos.
Hopefully there's not a Waffle House nearby.
Dude, I was thinking about Waffle House the other day. What a fine establishment. What a fine establishment. After party at Waffle House, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So those pecan waffles, shut up. Those pecan waffles are so good.
Waffles at a nice bum fight. I'm with the shit.
Oh, dude. I as a restaurateur, I appreciate Waffle House so much, dude.
Yeah,
so much. You don't understand. Oh.
I want to get into the next topic. So this is the part where I got you. Don't worry. Moving on from Diego Pavea, still keeping us. I'm trying to think of where I wanted to take this. I'm gonna be honest. I know exactly where I want to go. Still keeping us moving on from NFL. Still to football, American football. Y'all hear about the SEC?
No.
So the SEC is planning to separate from the NCAA.
Of course. So it's, dude, holy shit. I'm so glad. I didn't hear this at all. I haven't heard this at all. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds of lore of my dad. My dad was an excellent punt returner in high school. For some reason, he's fucking great at it. He's really good at being a punt returner. Not a big guy, but, 5'8", 5'9", fast as the wind, good punt returner. So we had the opportunity to go to school in the punt. So he was talking about college football, college recruiting, all this fun stuff. He ended up working for my grandfather. But he was saying that once you integrate like money and fucking, NIL and all this other, the total fabric of NCAA football, college football, the whole everything we think is going to change. Like it doesn't. Alabama doesn't need the NCAA anymore. Like Clemson doesn't need the NCAA anymore.
Wow.
It totally changes the concept of what college football is, and so he said that when the NIL started, forget it. It's now going to be a breeder league for the NFL. It's a different thing. It's not tied to a college. It's not a. These are brands. These are identities. It's not a thing. There's no rivalries. They don't give a fuck about school. It's I'm going to take your colors. I'm going to take your logo, but we're a different thing now. And it was so interesting watching it develop. I was like, no, Dad, no, for sure. Like they should get paid. Like it matters. And he's like, I hear you. It matters. He's like, but I'm telling you, it's going to change what college football looks like. And lo and behold, here we are. The SEC is ready to fucking leave. It's like, yup. Do you blame them? Do you blame them? What's the NCAA offer? Nothing. They offer you nothing.
It's interesting because it's a. Excuse me. The way this is happening is that it's in an open discussion format so far, which makes me believe that it's more so not going to because you.
Oh, it won't. It probably won't.
Jay Batch, you work in the bar industry, so I'm sure you see this all the time. If I say that I'm gonna hit a motherfucker, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it publicly. I'm just gonna do it. So I feel like when people start woofing, when they start doing that, I feel like that's what this is. I feel like the SEC is woofing right now.
But it's a start. Think of 5 years from now. Think of 10 years from now. It's a start. The idea has crept into their heads. I can leave. You wait. Just wait until they realize like financially there's no advantage. What's the blow? I'm playing for the national championship. National championship means nothing. Nobody gives a shit anymore. My team is worth $1 billion. I had a private equity company come in and buy it. Like you wait. The second that happens, it's gonna change, man. It's not the same thing anymore. It's not for the love of the game.
One of the things that worries me is that, I mean, and I hate to compare sports, but I have to, is we saw this from a business standpoint of what happened in golf with the Saudis trying to do what they did with Liv. There's a lot of private equity money in America. I don't know if there's enough to fund this.
But that's the thing. It won't. For sure it won't. For sure it won't. I hear you. But
you can't go and bomb another country and try and fund the fucking SEC. Right, you can't do both.
It doesn't. The checkbook doesn't balance out. Yeah, for sure. But to your point, we have 1,500 college teams. There's not going to exist. That's not going to happen, and that's what sucks. You know, you're going to get down to 30, 40.
Yes.
You're taking.
I don't have much more to add because as this Italian mafia wannabe over here.
Sorry.
Wants to be in the Godfather Part 2027. Eloquently stated, all he was missing was holding a baguette while he was doing it.
That's not what we do. It's not.
I wish I could have a baguette.
Here's the thing. You're 100% right. It's not the same. It's not the same, and that's what we're Rumboyz, we can say it. That's what freaking pisses me off. Because even before all this, before COVID, before we started doing what we're doing now.
Your turn.
No, I'm just saying, I love college football for the tradition, for all that, and all that is freaking gone. And it's going bye-bye even further and further and further. And this would absolutely ruin it. Like, this would be the end of it.
Is it gone or is it reinventing itself?
The old tradition is gone.
All right. So are you just being a purist?
In that sense, yes.
Because, all right. So for me, I have treaded this water when it comes to college football of being a purist, but slowly but surely becoming a progressive. And I hate using those terms in the state of sports, but it is what it is. I don't like the idea of the breaking away. I like everything that has happened leading up to this conversation. This is the part I think that where I start.
But but here's the problem, and I agree with you, Robbie, 100%. But here's the problem, and I know J-Bats will agree with us on this one. As soon when people started talking about NIL and this and that, we didn't know what Pandora's box was going to open up. And when they started even going further into it, this is the stuff that you couldn't. This is the stuff when they started talking about NIL and all that, and the transfer window and all this and all that, that you couldn't predict and couldn't react to before it was too late. In my opinion, they 100%. Went about the NIL and all that so badly because of the sense that they didn't try to rectify everything else. Just like any organization, we know you're like J-Bat. You got the background in the hockey stuff with everyone you know. When it comes to CBAs and when it comes to everything else, it all depends on getting all those problems fine-tuned. And when you have 5 different groups, of 5 leagues, plus everyone else is a greater 5, and the NCAA is a debauchery of its own self, you're not going to be able to have everyone on the same page.
Yeah, 100%. It's just one of those, once we looked at the guardrails of what the money could go to or where it could go, you were like, oh, people can kind of give money anywhere. Like now colleges can take money as their own entity. It doesn't have to filter through the NCAA at all. Players can take money even outside of their university that they play for. Like the whole thing, it was just like, yeah, money now free flows into this thing. And it was like natural progression that, again, you would just say to yourself, like, what does the University of Texas get from being part of the NCAA? It gets nothing. It gets nothing other than the pedigree or the history. But once these people stop caring about the pedigree and the history, nobody cares about anything. You just care about money. So it's like, oh, this guy's I'm going to separate and I'm going to generate more money separated from the NCAA. Still going to be, the kids are going to go to school, all this, whatever. But all these teams are going to be separate from the NCAA and make way more money. We're going to have our own championship. And it's like, that's crazy. But of course, to your point, Mike, it's like, I don't know. It's really hard to fight through that minutia when you're talking contracts, when you're talking paying players. I agree. The college players should have gotten paid. It was crazy, the situation that it was at. The University of Michigan, I love that team. It was making tens of millions of dollars, and these players are making nothing. It's like, yeah, bro, Charles Woodson should have made some money. Like, I get that. Like, I totally get that. So the question is the balance. How do you get there? Where does the money come from? How does it flow? How do you fund teams in? Because again, the NCAA
and they rushed the whole thing. That's the problem.
Oh, they rushed it because they knew they were going to lose great players, which is like, you gotta for a couple of years. They got to draft in the NFL early. I get it. It's all confusing. It's so difficult. But it's like, how do you control AA teams, triple, Division III teams, like all these teams that are covered by the NCAA that get money by teams like Alabama, by teams like LSU, by teams like whoever, that it's like, yeah, that money filters out to all these programs. So a bunch of people get to play football, a bunch of people get to learn. And I don't know. It's just like it's a hard conversation. Bad. It's a hard question.
And the last point I'll bring up is, it's bad, and I'll go across sports. It's bad when something like this causes Bill Belichick to become a coach, Nick Saban to quit, Jay Wright to quit, Mike Krzyzewski to quit. Oh, and did I forget?
Brian doesn't even seem like he's let off the gas.
And Bill Belichick to become a coach.
Right, Mike. You're so fun. Oh.
We are going to get into the last and final topic of tonight. This does come from our reels. Make sure that you guys, I can't express this enough. Thank you for all the likes. I think I speak for all of us here because we've all kind of been on this journey together. Shit's going in a really crazy, beautiful direction to where we in all honesty get to be independent. No one here, while everyone else is doing layoffs, we're building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jump on the pirate ship. Jump on the pirate ship.
Hey, Call Rabbit, hit us up.
Right. We need baseball content. So I want to first make sure, I shout out all of you guys for liking, all the new subscribers, all the new followers. Y'all are the shit. All the OGs. The OGs are the greatest people on the motherfucking planet. Make sure that you guys give it up for you guys at home. Pat yourselves on the back. Hit that like button. You can even comment something in the chat. But y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. This comes from our reels right here. We have an update. Are niggas shooting?
That has to be
There's fireworks going off in my neighborhood somehow.
I was like, he said gunshots are fired.
Yo, no, not gonna lie, I don't live in downtown Boston anymore. That was just fireworks. That was fun. That was a good explosion. That was so crazy. That was out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my neighbor set off some fireworks.
We do have an update. Jake Paul has followed up on his statement, and he said. So at first, when I first made the video, I was like, "Well, what position is he gonna play? Like maybe think about some linebacker or safety, some bullshit." This motherfucker. I quote.
I did not hear this.
I have better hands than them. I'm stronger than them, and I work harder than them. This comes following the statements of mediocrity among NFL athletes, so on and so forth. If you guys seen the reel, you know what I'm talking about.
You need my glasses, Jake Paul?
I'll let you guys go, but I'm gonna just say this before one of y'all go.
My glasses are dirty.
Listen, Jake Paul. It ain't nothing to you. And I know that you're not going to do it for the price because you're going to get embarrassed. But I'll drop $1,000. As a regular, everyday ass nigga, as a regular, everyday ass person working in corporate America. I'm Batman, baby. I might work in finance on my day job. I'm an athlete. Bro, you can't. You're not even gonna be able to get past me, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna. This isn't boxing, bro. You're gonna have to throw a punch in order to stop me from jamming you at the line. You're not like that, bro. I promise you. I don't even have to use both hands to jam. I'm just gonna bump and run. I'm just gonna give you one of these, and that's it. I don't think you know what game you're playing. I don't think you know what type of athlete you're talking about. I promise you don't have the speed. You're not even the most athletic social media influencer, my nigga. And I say that respectfully. You're not even the best social media athlete. I'm not even the best social media athlete. You ain't shown up to no 1v1s. I ain't seen you pick up a football. At least your brother played on a flag football game, and he played against Tom Brady in the U.S. men's national team. And he showed out, but he was playing defense. I mean, in flag football and defense is, however you want to put that. But we're talking about wide receiver in American football.
Yeah.
In the National Football moss you. I will moss you on offense. I will fucking Champ Bailey the dog shit out of you. Nigga, welcome to Robbie Island. I will have your cameraman sitting back like, Jake, I don't think that we should release this footage.
For you and
I
your
will fly Jay back out. I will fly Mike out to be my motherfucking cameraman.
Oof.
I'm gonna be the MC.
Yeah,
I will pay. I will pay.
Yes. I'll mix the game.
I will pay a CFL or NFL or NCAA level quarterback to be the quarterback all time QB for us both, so that it's not biased.
Diego has some time.
Diego does have some fucking time, nigga. I will raw dog you, bro. I will Diddy party you. Don't disrespect my sport, bro. Don't disrespect my sport. I'll let you box. I won't fight you. But if you step on that fucking field, I'm going to jam. I'm going to put you in a fucking seatbelt. And then when I get on offense, I'm going to moss you. Time and time and time again. That's 4 downs, bitch. Can't you count? I'll let y'all take over.
No, I have nothing. I genuinely nothing to add other than the fact that I think Jake Paul is a genius marketing person and does stuff like this just so people talk about it. I don't think he believes that in his heart. If he does, he's an idiot and he doesn't understand athleticism. I think he's a very strong, athletic guy. I think he's a good boxer. I think he's whatever, hyper athlete in one sport. But if he genuinely believes that, then that's a shame because he doesn't appreciate the art and beauty of other sports. And I think he is just doing this as a WWE character of the world. So,
John, I'm waiting.
Oh, sorry.
No, throw me the ball.
Oh,
throw me the ball.
Get it.
I'm Jake Paul. I dropped it. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Is he athletic?
Yep.
Yes. I get, Robbie, I get why you're passionate about it. I completely understand your side of the point of view. But besides, no, I know, I'm just saying, but I understand why you're passionate where me and John aren't as up in arms about it. I understand that. But as a sports fan, inside and outside of the football, as watching WWE, because yeet, your brother's better than you are. But and I don't like either one of you. Pokemon cards or not. Like, go back to Puerto Rico with your brother and stay down or drink Mai Tais and go bye-bye. So, but here's the biggest thing.
Yeah, who gives a
What
fuck?
do you have to do to be a good wide receiver? Even a decent wide receiver?
Footwork.
Catching the ball.
Oh, catching the ball.
No, but
yeah, for sure.
Footwork is right.
Yeah.
Mike has seen me dust motherfuckers live and in person.
Just knowing the game helps.
He was there the day we got almost beat up because of you, okay? He knows.
Yes.
But footwork.
Yep.
Hands. Going across the middle. Catching the ball.
Body control. Big one.
One hit to the face and you're done. You don't have a jaw, son of a bitch.
Right.
It's already gone.
I won't even cover him. I won't even cover him. I'll let him catch, and I'm just going to come across him.
But that's the thing. If he genuinely feels
he
that
doesn't have a jaw.
Here's the thing. If he genuinely feels that opinion, that's him not understanding and respecting sports and athleticism. It's just delusion. Clearly clearly he's an idiot. Anyone would say he's an idiot.
Too many times in the dog.
Anthony Joshua knocked him into next year.
I don't care. I mean, we've talked about how many, maybe 3 or 4 athletes in our in the lifetime of sports that have done multiple professional sports, maybe 4 or 5 people. It's like, yeah, man, it's really hard. You can be super good at boxing. I get it. Yeah, you're fucking hyper athletic and you picked one thing to really understand. But at some point you have to appreciate other sports and understand, like, yeah, just because you're hyper athletic at football doesn't mean you're hyper athletic at hockey. It means you might have a better chance at being good at it because you're super strong and whatever, but you still got a lot to learn. Same thing with this idiot on a football field. You still got a lot to learn, dude. It takes a while.
The footwork in fighting is so drastically different than the footwork in football.
Of course it is. It's like, forward momentum. It's running.
Like in football, I have to be 10 times more lighter on my feet than in fighting. I get a moment or two where I can establish my base, lean in, throw. In football, I need boom, boom, boom. It's quick twitch. It's we're here and there, baby.
Yes.
And I better know where the next person is, just like in regular football, like in actual footy. Because if I don't, I can fuck so many things up if I don't know what's around me. Like the mental.
With also the concept of downhill too. The concept of football is always downhill. It's like, yes, I'm gonna have to move lateral at times. Like, yes, I gotta be quick twitch for sure. But it's head down. I'm moving forward. It's a different mentality. And versus boxing, you can take a break. You can lean back, take a break, get defense.
The Paul brothers have wrestling experience. Let them have wrestling.
Yes. Good athletes, good marketing people, but that's just them. If they, I don't think they truly believe that though. I think they're truly just doing it to troll us because they're fucking dickheads, and this is modern America. That's the truth. If they believe it, they're idiots, but I don't think they believe it.
Look, I'll say this: I know that I need a following.
Oh, dude!
I know I need a following. In order for this motherfucker to accept the challenge, because he ain't gonna do it if he's gonna chimp out. He's gonna chimp out. Like, that's a given. He's gonna chimp out.
Just find a $20 Pokemon card and say you put it on the block for his brother.
Yep.
Hey,
dude, you can lock him.
I'm putting it out there. Hold on. I'm putting it out there, and I'm putting this out there literally for anybody. I'm accepting smoke. I accept all smoke. Hey.
Yeah.
It's
the cleats are ready.
2026, year of the fade. Come on, come catch some.
2026, year of the fade, baby. Hey, let's go ahead. Let's get into final takes and sign outs. Mike, I'll let you start. Then we'll go to J-Bat so that I'll close out.
You guys know where to find me here on Friday night. If you need a graphic, hit me up. My tag is right there. Other than that, have a good weekend, and football's almost here.
I got nothing. I just want to show love and appreciation to Mike and Robbie. Always hanging out with me. Love Rumboyz After Dark. It's a fun time. Chill, hang out, talk sports like normal people, like adults. Really hash things out. And man, Robbie, I'm proud of you as a bro. Been with you for a while, and I love to see the growth and development, and excited to see the live tour.
I love you. Thank you. Give my nephew a hug.
I will. Right? I will. Got an ear infection right now. Poor boy. I know. He's good.
Poor bambino. Listen, I'm thankful. And I am blessed. And I want all of you, no matter what you're going through, to understand that you are blessed as well. It may not always seem like it, may not always feel like it. You guys have seen me go through the darkest times. You guys have seen me go through deaths of family members, breakups, everything. And we're always right here. We're always here together. And that's never going to stop. The one thing that's real is this show and this little bit of entertainment that we put on for you guys, and the love that we all have for each other and share together. We may be states apart. We may be countries apart. We may talk only through DMs. You know, we may have never seen each other face to face, but this is your channel. This is your family. This is your show. and I'm just here to facilitate and provide. Let me know what topics you guys want to discuss. Let me know if there's something that you want me to do a video on. I'm more than happy to indulge and entertain and research a topic and put it out there for you guys. And we have a lot of things coming that is just for all of you and for the whole world and for all the love and just for the whole world of sports. And we're going to bring the world together. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all know how we do this. Y'all know how the fuck we close it out. It's been an amazing Friday night. Thank you, bros. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys make this possible, make this happen. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz girls, what it do, Dilly Dilly. I could never do it without any of you. Arrrr.
Dilly dilly, y'all.